There are many questions being asked this morning about the state of the Arab world after Mohamed Morsi was announced as the president of Egypt. Not only is he the country's first democratically elected leader, he is also its first Islamist president. So with some insight here, we're joined in studio by Tariq Fatah, the founder of the Muslim Canadian Congress. Good to have you here with us this morning, Tariq. Your reaction, obviously, it was very close coming into the vote. Muslim Brotherhood had always declared that they would be the winner. What was your reaction to their win?
Well, it was a validation of the complete failure of American foreign policy in the last 10 years. On the one hand, they are attacking and killing Al-Qaeda leaders, but on the other, they have projected and promoted the ideology
so in other words,
Islamism.
President Obama has gone in certain regions in that area, but stayed out of this and should have stepped into this?
Not just President Obama, it goes back to President Bush itself, the accommodation of the Muslim Brotherhood in American administration. President Obama went to Cairo, put the Muslim Brotherhood in the front row. They have entertained in the White House delegations from the Muslim Brotherhood. There is now allegations made by Republican congressmen, 5 of them, that there's infiltration within the American system of the Muslim Brotherhood. So it means a far more dangerous place today than it was. Of course, democracy thriving is good news. But Hitler also got elected. Mussolini was also an elected leader. So fascism, and more precisely Islamofascism, has come to the surface. And these folks don't think in terms of 5-year terms, they think in terms of 100-year terms. It took them 80 years to get into power.
The new president is already announcing that he would like to reconsider the peace plan with Israel and made it a very pointed part of his acceptance speech yesterday about how Jerusalem will become the capital. What do you make of that?
I don't think it was, he didn't say that, it's somebody else who said that before the election. But more dangerous than that is his reaching out to the Ayatollahs in Iran. And that again explains or throws light on the link between the Ayatollahs, the Islamic Republic of Iran, and the Muslim Brotherhood in general, which Western academics and scholars have always dismissed as, oh, that's Shia Muslims and these are Sunni Muslims. That's not how it worked. Cairo today has repeated exactly what happened in 1979 in Iran, where liberals and secular so-called revolutionaries were front and center in bringing out Ayatollah Khomeini into power, and then he decimated them. In this case, you have to understand that 48% of the population voted against the Muslim Brotherhood, yet our reporters, our newspapers on the front pages are talking as if there was a sweep, not realizing that half the population voted agained this man.
Yeah, so watching the American coverage last night, I wasn't sure where the other half of the story was, because all they talked about was the joy and...
I tweeted Lise Doucette and I said, the grin on your face and enthusiasm shows a very bizarre notion that liberal white journalists have when they cover such incidents as if the Sandinistas are coming to power or the Viet Cong are driving out the Americans from Vietnam. These are fascists who would slit your throat without losing a smile on their face. And I don't think we have yet gone beyond the rhetoric or cliches to understand what a serious threat this poses to Western civilization in what the Muslim Brotherhood have declared the destruction of the United States and its allies as its prime objective, whether it takes 100 years.
Okay, so two-part question then. How much power does this person actually have, this party actually have, considering they don't have a constitution in play, and the military has most of the rule? I mean, they wiped out most of the power, and what do the NATO allies do?
They don't have to do anything because these guys think in 100-year terms. They've got power, now they just sit back. They'll watch the short attention span of the West disappear from one crisis to another, while they have been in the United States since the 1960s, even in Canada, creeping into political circles, in the newspapers, in the columnists, everywhere you see. Little Moscow on the Prairie just doesn't come from nowhere and take over. So they are patiently going to undermine. The fact that you say there's no constitution, the Muslim Brotherhood says its constitution is the Quran. They don't recognize any written human-created law. And that's what President Obama or President Bush didn't realize when they kept promoting these people saying, oh, we're going to bomb Osama bin Laden, but these men in suits and silk ties, we will bring them to the side. That's not going to happen. These are fascists.
So what do you see in the next 25 years for this region? Or is it more, is it going to happen faster, the demise?
Oh, it's faster because look at the story in the Globe and Mail. They even count Turkey. A very seasoned journalist has written that Turkey is, she's mentioned as part of the Arab world. Turkey is the main promoter of the Muslim Brotherhood, and Iran is its competition. And between the two, they have the whole region in their grip. And Israel, unfortunately, is right in the center of it.
Israel, yes. Interesting times ahead. I really appreciate you coming in and giving us your insight, Tariq.
Thank you very much.
That is Tariq Bataille. He's the founder of the Muslim Canadian Congress.